Ask someone outside of India what modern success looks like, and they will likely picture tech startups, venture capital, and Silicon Valley innovation. But for millions of Indian families, the ultimate ambition is entirely different. The true dream is a government job. People don't chase these roles to become billionaires. In an unpredictable economy where factory workers spend 30 years on the floor without a pension or job security, a government post provides something exceptionally rare. It guarantees a stable salary, lifelong medical benefits, and undeniable respect in society. This animated diagram shows the mathematical reality of that dream. Over 1 crore candidates regularly pour into a system designed to hire only a few thousand people. When millions squeeze into thousands of openings, the basic rules of testing change. It stops being a standard evaluation of knowledge. Every single fraction of a mark decides a candidate's trajectory, determining their family's expectations and financial security for the next 40 years. To capture those fractions of a point, massive sub-economies have emerged. Entire cities like Kota, Sikar, and Prayagraj operate on student preparation. Their local restaurants, photocopy shops, and landlords survive because millions of young adults relocate there to study. The capital fueling this ecosystem comes directly from parents. Families drain years of savings to cover monthly coaching fees and hostel rent. They take out high-interest loans, mortgage family jewelry, and even sell ancestral land to keep their children in the race. The students absorb the psychological weight of those investments. They spend up to 3 years living in isolated rooms, studying until 2 in the morning, and measuring their self-worth against weekly mock test rankings, while carrying a constant fear of failure. Society only accepts this level of financial and emotional strain under one condition. The students and their parents believe that at the end of the tunnel, the examination will be graded fairly, and honest preparation will be rewarded. Failing a fair test is painful, but it offers a definitive conclusion. When an examination is leaked, delayed by administrative incompetence, or dragged into court over irregularities, that closure vanishes entirely. Candidates are suddenly trapped in a cycle of waiting. The syllabus is complete, but the exam date is suspended indefinitely. They have to decide whether to keep paying hostel rent, wait for an investigation, or abandon their preparation to find private sector work, with zero guidance from the institutions in charge. This flowchart illustrates how the crisis spreads across the economy. As quality jobs remain scarce and exams are delayed, engineers and postgraduates flow downward. They flood the applicant pools for clerical and entry-level positions, intensifying the competition for everyone else. A compromised answer key halts a hiring cycle and shatters a family's financial timeline. It introduces severe doubt into a system built entirely on predictable outcomes and institutional trust. By 2026, the quiet exhaustion in the libraries turned into public anger. While the NEET controversy dominated the news cycles, the protests that followed were the boiling point of a decade of compounding, unresolved grievances. Year after year, candidates dealt with a steady accumulation of systemic failures. They faced disputed answer keys, recruitment drives stalled by litigation, and mounting allegations of internal corruption across multiple state and national boards. As this visualization shows, modern paper leaks are rapid and uncontrollable. Once a compromised paper hits a messaging app in the middle of the night, it instantly invalidates the honest preparation of millions of candidates. If 2 people study the exact same material, but one has the answers downloaded on their phone 12 hours early, performance is no longer the deciding factor. The rules of the system stop applying equally to everyone, and merit simply ceases to exist. The frustration eventually left the digital forums. Students physically occupied public spaces, setting up large-scale demonstrations right here at Jantar Mantar in Delhi, which became the physical epicenter of the unrest. A new youth-led collective called the Cockroach Janta Party emerged. They started by using online satire to express their exhaustion, and quickly translated that digital momentum into highly coordinated, real-world demonstrations across multiple cities. The crowd stopped asking for simple retests and targeted the leadership. They demanded the resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, arguing that when systemic failures repeat constantly under one ministry, the person at the top must accept political responsibility. The movement gained massive national attention when engineer and education advocate Sonam Wangchuk began a 26-day hunger strike. He framed the students' plight as a severe crisis of governance, tying their specific testing demands to the broader integrity of Indian institutions. Through strategic youth mobilization and high-profile advocacy, isolated administrative testing errors mutated into a full-scale political emergency that the government could no longer ignore. The crisis inevitably breached Parliament House. Opposition MPs halted legislative proceedings, demanding immediate debate and accusing the state of completely abandoning its young people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his cabinet responded with aggressive countermeasures. They announced the creation of fast-track courts and drafted strict anti-leak legislation designed to quickly prosecute and punish criminal paper leak networks. Education researchers quickly pointed out a distinct gap in the government's strategy. Harsher prison sentences address what happens after a paper is stolen. The protesting students wanted independent audits, secure computer testing, and unbreakable chains of custody to prevent the theft from happening in the first place. Drafting new laws provides a swift political answer, but a nation secures its future only when millions of young people can walk into an examination hall, look at a question paper, and genuinely believe the system rewards their honesty.